Greetings, Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 365, Banking Your Points to Create Big Vacations. And really, this is about saving up. It's a strategy for saving up for a big vacation. I'm now a new grandparent, so I have to deal with potentially myself, my kids, and my grandkids all going on vacation. It's not just me, so that requires more points, more rooms, and stuff. And one strategy is to buy more points. The other strategy is to bank them and use them every other year or something like that. So it's really just bank your points instead of buying more. And that can work if you only have enough for a vacation every other year. There's no reason to buy more necessarily. Just make sure it's better to keep your maintenance fees lower. Learn the banking rules. I'll go through those, the ones that I own. Just to give you an example. And then I'll talk about actually planned vacations that I've actually done or will be doing leveraging banking. And then I'll give you a couple other options for large vacations that you can do. Primarily because of owning timeshares, I'm able to do this. So anyway, let me jump right into bank your points instead of buying more. Just wanted to mention here, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. That really helps out my channel. But let's talk about banking. So a recent change I mentioned earlier in the intro was banking becomes important if you want to have a vacation with a large group, me being the grandparent, kids, grandkids, or I'm thinking of doing something. I'm about to go to my family reunion and thinking about the people that organize it every year. I'm one of them. We're thinking about maybe I'll do a trip with them, and then that would be like three couples. And so that might require me to do some banking. So those are examples of how you can be the, create a great vacation for friends and families. And again, timeshare salespeople want you to assume that you need to have enough points for the maximum vacation every year. And I'm trying to just sort of say that that may be a strategy you want to follow, or you can do what I'm describing here, which is actually plan to bank them every other year and then use, like RCI or something like that in the meantime. Maybe you only need enough points for a vacation every other year. Maybe you go visit family one year and then you do a getaway the next year. It depends on your family situation and what you want to do. And again, maybe you want a big vacation one year, the family reunion one I just described, but not every year. So, and because maybe they won't want to do that every year, but every other year wouldn't be bad. So here's the benefits. You can double or more the points you have available. And I'll go through some locations. Some people allow more, and I'll explain that when I go through the know your banking points. This actually keeps your maintenance fees to a regular level, and lets you splurge on the vacation based on what your needs are, not what the maintenance fees are. And then again, it's less likely that at that point that you end up with too many points and not using them, and that's one of the biggest frustrations people have. Other thing is you can always book a cash reservation on RCI or interval as an alternative to buying more. So in other words, if you want to do this every other year because of your points and big vacation, and then the interim years you just book using cash on RCI or interval, it's still cheaper than going out on the market and renting it. So still another alternative. Again, I just want to look at different ways that I can keep my maintenance fees to a minimum and not end up with excess points. Again, some companies, and Vistana, let you borrow into the future years. I had to pay maintenance fee. I did this last year, I think it was. But I was happy with that because I got the vacation I wanted and didn't have to do an upgrade or anything like that. So that's examples of banking your points instead of buying more. Just a great way to not have to spend a lot of money. The next thing is learn the banking rules. You can find them in the actually when you bank, you can actually find what they are. Often that's where I've known it. Each timeshare has different rules. Some charge a fee to bank points. In my case, I don't think anybody does but that may be because of my status. Some make you pay up front to borrow ahead. That's Vistana for sure. So let me talk about the ones I do know. Marriott Vacation Club. You can bank 1 year into the future at no cost. You can borrow next year's points if you're current on maintenance, so they don't make you pay in advance. Now here's the interesting part. Vistana, which is actually part of Marriott, it banks up to 2 years, which is really great. But if you want to borrow, in that case, you actually have to pay the maintenance. Because I did that last year. I was doing a Maui vacation with my kids, and I needed to borrow some points, so I just paid the maintenance fees a year in advance, and that worked out just fine. Actually, less than a year in advance because the vacation was early in the year. Um, this allows you to save 2 years plus the current year plus one future year. So you technically can actually get 4 years to use for one vacation. Again, I bring all this up. It sounds complicated and confusing, or it could sound that way. But the reality is you don't need to buy more necessarily if you can manage how you want to do your vacations leveraging the banking rules. So Hilton allows you to bank 1 year, but you can also use their new benefit to pay cash to add to your vacation. And I'll go through a specific example of what I'm doing with that. And then WorldMark allows you to use the current year plus one future year of points. But credits are available for 2 years, so technically you can use 3 years worth by keeping the ones that don't expire for 2 years plus the current year plus the future year. Those are all available for you to borrow as long as you're current on your maintenance. And again, each year on your anniversary, you get the next year's points available to you. So that's what you could do. Right at your anniversary date, you actually have 3 years available to you. So there you go. There's the rules that I know. And again, if you have a different timeshare, just find out what the banking rules are. You can call their 800 number, and that they'll usually explain it if you can't find it on the website. Now I want to give you some practical examples of what I've actually done and what I've avoided buying. So every time I go to, starting with the Hilton Vacation Club, every time I go to a presentation they want me to buy, they look at the 3,500 points and say, why don't you buy more? Well, here's why I don't buy more. I really got them for the point poo. I can get priority booking. So I roll 1 year. That gets me to 7,000 points. It's 8,500 points for off-peak for 2-bedroom. I bank 1 year plus the points to create a full week. I just buy the points. So I buy the points for the additional 1,500 points. And I have every other year I go to the point poo for a week. Or I'll just go at the 7,000 points. Maybe that's, I think it depends on the weekend and whatever, but it's 5 or 6 days. I have other timeshare points, but that's an example of, I don't want to buy more points. I'm happy with what I have. I just wanted that because it gives me the 12-month priority booking, and then I can use that. So Vistana, the kids love Westin Princeville, and I need a 2-bedroom plus a studio to get all of my kids and grandkids in one week's vacation. But I don't have that many points. But booking 1 year out in advance, book both units, so I have less than a 2-bedroom each year. But if I bank it, then I can get the 2-bedroom plus the studio, which gives me enough beds for everybody, including the grandkids and all that kind of stuff. So that's one that I've done, and I've done that. And you can actually borrow again by paying the maintenance ahead. Marriott, I need a 2-bedroom units for family reunion, two 2-bedroom units, and if I bank 1 year, that gives me enough to get two 2-bedrooms in Hawaii or Las Vegas, or pick your place. So there you go. There's examples of things I'm actually doing or have done to get vacations, larger vacations than typically would be happening by have all the points in 1 year. And that saves me a lot of maintenance. Here's a few more options that you can use. Lever the exchange option. So you can use cash to book multiple rooms at RCI or Interval International. And if you want to just do that to have a large vacation, that doesn't require you to buy more points. Or maybe you do book one with the points and you find an Interval International where you can rent the second room. So that way it's just because you're going to do it this year, but not every year. And again, I'm just trying to keep your maintenance costs to a minimum on an ongoing basis by using different methods to surge. Use hotel awards. So Hilton and Marriott have a nice deal where you pay for 4, and those 4 can be free, and you get the 5th night free. So you technically can get 5 nights free if you have enough points for 4 nights. So you can book it in groups of 5. So if you want to do 2 rooms for 5 nights, then you can do that. Again, multiple rooms in increments of 5 nights. I would typically stay at a hotel with a kitchen, like a Homewood Suites in the case of Hilton, or a Residence Inn in the case of Marriott. So that's another option to create a larger vacation, and doesn't require you to um, buy more timeshare points. And in the case of the hotels, that's why you take the hotel points every time you do an owner update, because you bank them and use them. They don't expire in my case. So I can use them for family vacations, larger ones, even like a 5-day getaway. So it'd be sort of a mini vacation for a larger family group. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Really helps me out. And if you want to become a member, there's a lot of training available to you. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and WorldMark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com.